you for tuning into Brand Plus TV. It's always a delight knowing that you've taken your time and are keeping us company. My name is Ndiro Ganga, ready to bring you up to speed with all the top stories making headlines today. And as you know, we're all about business. Here's a glance of those stories. Criminal Procedure Bench Book launch, no justice, no economic development. Food and Hotel Expo, industry players meet to compare notes and woo clients. World Alzheimer Day, why more must be invested in mental health. Kenya Organic Food Festival 2018, looking at organic farming practices as a path to food security. Thank you for staying with us. Now on to our top story. The judiciary today launched the Criminal Procedure Bench Book at the Sarova Stanley Hotel, Nairobi. The book will henceforth serve as a quick reference for judges and magistrates presiding over criminal proceedings. The event, presided over by Chief Justice David Maraga, hopes the book will help reduce cases backlogged in courts. Take a look at that story. The judiciary plays a key role in the economic development of any given nation. Speaking at the launch, Chief Justice David Maraga pointed out that for any country to develop economically, there must be an effective judicial system as the foundation of the success.
You know, all manner of disputes, the business community, the investors and the others, invariably have disputes among themselves, and even with the public and the government. So disputes come to court. A resolution of those disputes is crucial to the parties concerned to be able to continue with their businesses. So the judiciary plays a critical role in development.
Another key area in economic development that the judiciary is integral in is the fight against corruption. In the recent past, the judiciary has come under heavy criticism for the way it has dragged out corruption cases, but to this, Chief Justice Maraga says that it is now a thing of the past.
I have said that umpteen times that we have put in place mechanisms to hear those cases on a day-to-day basis. So on our part, we are ready, and we are going to hear those cases on a day-to-day basis. And we have even warned the public, and including even the lawyers who will be defending the parties, to know that adjournments will be invariably given, because we want to deal with those cases as soon as possible. The days when cases of this nature lagged in our system for years on end are over.
The corridors of justice continue to be pertinent to the development of nations, and Kenya is no different. It is the hope of many that the judiciary will, moving forward, enable justice prevail under all circumstances, and with it, economic prosperity. In the wake of globalization, every sector in the economy must evolve or become obsolete. It is for this reason that various stakeholders in the hospitality industry from around the globe gathered in Nairobi for the Food and Hotel Expo. This was all in an effort to not only showcase their products, but also network with other players in the industry. Our reporter Elsa Tieno, who was present at the expo, has more details.
The tourism sector, which is strongly linked to the hospitality sector, is one of the industries that has been strongly impacted by the world turning into a global village. This has called upon the players therein to re-evaluate their offering to provide a unique value proposition. According to Caroline Jonathan, the organizer of the expo, as compared to other countries, especially in the East and Central region, The Kenyan hospitality industry is the most evolved, and such made sense to host the event.
As compared to all these other countries, especially in the East and Central African region, I would say that Kenya's economy is the most evolving. It's the one growing at a faster rate. Also, we have Tanzania economy also is growing right now, but they are not as sharp, I would say. Yeah, they're not as sharp as Kenyans when it comes to business.
As the expo opened its doors, several entrepreneurs from across the world gathered to exhibit their products, each hoping that they have that uniqueness that will appeal to their clients.
We are a tableware company, so we're basically dealing with tableware, cutlery, crockery for the hospitality industry. That includes hotels, restaurants, bars, even corporate companies. And we're trying to differentiate the market by bringing new products. As you can see over here, we're introducing a brand new range called Zen. That's a brand from Singapore, and we will be the official distributors in the East African market. And we're trying to take the hospitality industry a step forward by introducing very unique designs that is out there to differentiate the hotels, restaurants from the other people as well.
We are mainly represented in Europe and the Middle Eastern countries, and also in the Far Eastern countries, and we are trying to expand our exports into Africa, Central, West and East Africa. Ostrich meat is a very healthy and lean meat. People go for ostrich meat, especially people that are sport orientated and active, because it's very high in iron, and it is also low in fat, and it's an easy digestible meat, so it's not a heavy meat, and very, very healthy because it's lean in fat.
Over and above providing a selling point for the exhibitors, such forums play a critical role of attracting foreign investment into the country, given that those present get to network and identify gaps they can fill.
Mostly we are also dealing with hospitality, the hospitality industry. And the hospitality industry, while it grows, also the tourism industry grows. Because hospitality, we are featuring hotels, we are featuring people who are dealing with hotel supplies, people who are supplying even like bed linens for the hotels, people are supplying cutlery for the hotel industry. So yeah, it is growing.
Even as the country continues its push towards becoming a mid-income economy, such a major undertaking cannot happen in isolation, and as such continued need for collaboration and networking within global players to continue building our capacity in various sectors of the economy. For Brand Plus TV Business News, I am Elsa Atieno.
Mental health is a key component of the overall human health, but one that has unfortunately continuously been ignored locally. However, not everyone is silent. Today, in the celebration of the World Alzheimer Day, the Alzheimer's and Dementia Organization Kenya held a function at the Kenyatta National Hospital in an effort to create awareness around the Alzheimer's and dementia. Our reporter Karari John attended the function and filed the following story.
The Alzheimer's and Dementia Organization Kenya, a non-profit organization, was established in 2016 by a group of affected caregivers to the victims of dementia. And in 2017, the Alzheimer's Disease International recognized ADOC as an official Kenyan chapter. The chief guest, Director Mental Health, Ministry of Health, Dr. Simon Njuguna, while addressing attendees, pointed out there is a lot of costs that are associated with dementia condition.
Dementia is known to be a leading cause of disease burden, disability, and increased costs. And these costs are such huge that they have been estimated that they could be huger than some of the biggest corporates we know in the world, the Apple, the Google, in terms of the cost. And this cost is not only on the healthcare cost, the cost in terms of dependency. Dementia brings with it a lot of dependency. The caregivers, you look at their physical, financial, emotional costs, which goes with this disease. So when we are looking at dementia, we need to look at these parameters in general. We don't need to think about the disease itself, the number of population of the people affected. We need to look at what is the cost of this disease to a country, to a family in general.
Alzheimer's Disease International report on dementia in Sub-Saharan Africa, challenges and opportunities, estimated that 2.13 million people were living with dementia in Sub-Saharan Africa in 2015, translating the cost of dementia to US $6.2 billion. The report further indicates that the numbers are projected to nearly double every 20 years, increasing to 3.48 million by 2030 and 7.6 million by 2050.
We didn't expect to see us.
Susan Mwangi, a caregiver who narrated a heartfelt story of how her husband is affected by dementia, pointed out the economic burden that she experiences.
To take care of such a person, it is very, very expensive. Why do we have, is it somebody's wish? Is it an adult's wish to wear a diaper? It is not. So why do we have taxes on adult diapers? Yeah? Why do we have that? Is it somebody's wish to leave his job?
Susan continued to reiterate that there is more that government can do towards cautioning victims of dementia and their caregivers. Given 9 years' unbearable burden, the lack of investment in the area has cost her.
Here in Kenya, we do not have a home that is dementia friendly. I've taken care of my husband. This September, it is the 9th year, and I've never had a rest. So what happens to somebody who takes care of a husband like that, and then you get burnout, you start getting stressed, you start getting depression. Now you are becoming the next patient, if I may call them that. You are becoming the next patient. So how do we give caregivers a break? Because if you leave your job, you don't have a pay. Your husband has left his job, he doesn't have a pay. You are there in the house, you have small children. My husband got sick when our kids were in primary school.
With over 367,000 new cases of dementia in Sub-Saharan Africa each year, it is imperative that the policymakers hasten the implementation of dementia's plan as outlined by WHO, a global plan of action on dementia. This will go a long way in ensuring that the vital investment needed in the area is made available. Reporting for Brand Plus TV, I am Karari John Wambugu.
The University of Nairobi, Wangari Maathai Institute for Peace and Environmental Studies, and the Kenya Organic Agriculture Network have partnered in setting up a knowledge hub for the regional organic intensification, a model commercial farm to demonstrate a sustainable ecological organic food system that will ensure consumers safe, healthy and nutritious diet. As they mark the strides made so far in promoting organic food farming, they today commenced a 2-day festival and exhibitions ahead of the International Organic Day tomorrow. Our reporter Daisy Wambua was at the exhibition and has the details.
Speaking during the official opening of the festival, Kelo Harsama Security Administration under the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Irrigations identified the various measures the government is putting in place so as to promote the consumption of organic food products.
As a ministry, we are committed to the success of the Big Four agenda. We are trying to ensure that we are food sufficient, and the food which we want to be sufficient must be nutritious, as we have just discussed. We are currently embarking on increasing the production of maize, the production of rice, and production of potatoes. We are also engaging various stakeholders and ourselves to ensure that the food we want people to eat is nutritious.
Environment and health.
He further added that the government is committing to improving food security, which is part of the Big Four agenda.
We are committed. We are going to support the stakeholders who are engaged in the production of organic food. We know we want to sensitize the people of Kenya about the safety of what they are eating. We are aware that there are a lot of farmers who have been applying chemicals, excessive chemicals, on vegetables, on crops, on other foods which people eat. As a government, we have an agency which is concerned with regulating chemicals. And therefore, we are going to empower that agency to ensure that the chemicals which are applied on these plants are regulated to ensure that they are safe for consumption.
Simply said, you can't.
Dr. Bitange Ndemo, an associate professor at the University of Nairobi's Business School and a former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Information and Communications, drew attention to the World Health Organization report that indicates people are dying due to the quality of food they are taking.
It's in a mess. That is why a lot of us are dying to cancer like flies. 90 people dying every day is not a good thing to cancer. And then WHO has said, it is caused by the foods we eat.
Pesticides.
He went on to add that organic farming can be adopted in the country, but only if people become flexible with their cultural practices.
If we stop our cultural practices which have messed us, subdivision of land means that productivity is down, and then it translates to farmers misusing chemicals when they are growing in order to improve productivity. But what effectively they are doing is to kill people.
It was the same.
He also pointed out that technology can be incorporated in the promotion of the adoption of organic foods in the region.
IT works in terms of supply chains, to build the supply chains, to understand who has organics and where they are and how they can exploit. How, like myself, I would want to know who has organic food and how can I get it.
A lot of opportunities.
Speaking to Jack Juma from Kenya Agriculture Network, he cited various ways of identifying the organic food products.
Traditionally, organic products are known through certification. So you'll get that they have organic mark that indicate that they've been approved or certified as organic product. So we have what we call the East African Organic Mark or Kilimo High Mark, which is a labeled, put on certified organic product in Kenya, not only Kenya, but the whole of East Africa. And this mark verify that the product has gone through East African Organic Product Standard.
But Jan Ottens, the senior advisor at Green Rhino, on his part, spoke on the barriers of adoption of organic food, key among them being pricing.
What is the biggest hindrance here in Kenya is, I think, the current food system as it is organized with the supermarkets and the retail sector and hotels. It is organized very efficient, but only on price. So the biggest thing for producers here is about price, having foods that look good but are not necessarily good for you, because there's many reports of pesticide residues, heavy metals, contaminations, microbiology. So I think there's a concern also among the consumers in Kenya that we have to change something about the system.
All efforts geared towards food security are welcome, and especially when such efforts are accompanied by concerns for sustainability as well as the safety and health of the consumers. All this is in hope for not only attaining the Big Four agenda, but also the Sustainable Development Goals. For Brand Plus TV Business News, I am Daisy Wambua.
Now let's shift gears and take a look at the day's market performances, and here is a summary. how the markets performed today, but for more in-depth analysis, tune in Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. for my next big bet with Rachel Nderitu and Karanja Daniel as they carry out an in-depth analysis of the financial markets and other investment opportunities available to you, dear viewer. Well, that's all the time we had tonight on the Business News Desk. On behalf of everyone that made it a success, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you on Monday, same time, same place. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.